late for that advice. So what's the inner and outer radius going to be for our shell here? So this is, yeah, let me draw a typical shell like here, right? Oh, I mean, I said shell, but I meant washer, right? Oopsies. Maybe I retract my statement. Washers is not the way to go here. Why? What happens? First of all, you're right. The inner radius is 1. Very good. But see what happens when I get up here? I mean, you could do it. I mean, we could use washers, I guess, but we'd have to do 2 cases, right? See, because the inner and outer radius is different. Let's go through this. It's not a bad thing to do. So you see, there's something that happens right here at y equal to 1, right? And y equals to 1, we all of a sudden the inner radius, well, excuse me, the outer radius. Oh no. This shouldn't, I don't know why I find this amusing. It's not terribly funny. Let's see here. All right, so let's deal with, let me use some color coding here. Let me make the uppercase red. All right, so for the uppercase, we have Rn is equal to 1 because this distance right here, this was 4, right? So this distance is 1. But the outer radius is what? It's equal to, we could use this one, right? So 1 minus, if this thing is, this here is, this is y equals to 1 plus the square root of x, right? So our out, we could do it like this. It's 1 minus, that x. But what is that x? This x is the x which is related to y, and how, in what way? So we've got y is equal to, good grief, y is equal to 1 plus the square root of x, which means y minus 1 is equal to the square root of x, which means that y minus 1 squared is equal to x. So really, what we want for our out in that uppercase is 1 minus parentheses y minus 1 squared. All right, which I suppose we probably should go ahead and multiply out. Let's get it out of our system. So our out is 1 minus parentheses y squared minus 2y plus 1, which is otherwise known as 2y minus y squared. The 1's cancel. All right. So for the upper washer, we have dv is pi times 2y minus y squared squared minus 1 squared dy. That's for 1 less than or equal to y less than or equal to what? What's the tippy top here? What's this? What y value is this? X equals to 4. But y is 3 there. Yeah. I mean, x equals to 4 here and here, and this is x equal to 6 actually. But that right there is, yeah, y equals 3 is what we want. Now, so this is for the top part, right? But the base, what we have, dv is what? This is actually much easier. So the outer radius is what? So part of the reason I didn't give up on this and go to shells is because this part is actually so stupidly easy it's worth talking about. So 1, how far is this? 3. So 1 plus 3. This is a total of 4, right? Because it's 3. This is 3. Because you're going from 1 to 4. That's 3. So I have, and then 1 over to x equals to 5. So it's a distance of 4. So my my outer radius is 4. My inner radius is 1. And then, of course, dy is the thickness of the shell down here if I was to, well, here it is, right? And that's for what? That's for 0 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 1. So what's the total volume? We simply have to integrate from 1 to 3 pi times this mess. Let me write it out. That's 4y squared minus 4y cubed plus y to the power 4 minus 1 dy. Now this other integral is, well, I'm going to do this one. Integral from 0 to 1 of that's 15 pi dy, right? So this here is 15 pi, right? The other part, I guess I need to calculate. So we've got pi times, is it? Oh. Oh man, I was going to do another one of your homework problems for you. Oh well, I guess I'll leave it to you. Let's hear 4/3 y cubed minus y to the 4th plus 1/5 y to the 5th minus y. We've got to take all that, evaluate from 1 to 3, and then of course this other one just works out to 15 pi. Right, so we've got pi times, that's 27. 27 over 3 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. And then minus 81. 3 to the 5th power. 243 over 5. Minus 3. Goodness gracious. And then minus 4/3 minus 1 plus 1/5 minus 1. So there you go. Oh, plus 15 pi, right? So there you go. That would be the answer here. We could simplify it, but I can't think when people are talking in the hallway. So what's the question? Yeah.
Isn't our bounds or our bounds for the square area supposed to be equal to 30 pi? Because isn't the starting height equal to y equals 2? Because when x is 1, which is the start of our bounds, y is
Oh, yes, thank you. I've written y equals 1 here, but that's totally bogus, isn't it? Because when x equals 1, y equals what? 1 plus 1, which is 2. Thank you. So that's supposed to be 2, which meant that this was supposed to be 2. I'll make it green. This was supposed to be 2, which made this was supposed to be 2. That was supposed to be 2. 2. 2. So that doesn't change. This becomes oh no. 8, no. 4 times 8. 32 over 3. And 2 to the power 4 is 16. And then you got yourself a 32 over 5. Excellent question. Thank you for this. 2. And that integrates, that becomes 30 pi. That's the easiest part of all this, isn't it? But yes. Thank you. Very good question. Correction, I should say. Much appreciated. anyway, as I was saying, guys, look over the homework that I suggested you do and bring your questions tomorrow. We can try to answer anything that doesn't seem, natural or clear. And then, like, next week, we've got your quiz on Monday, the math battle on Tuesday, review day Wednesday, the test is Thursday, if I recall correctly.